Ghanatube so it was your former for snowy my science so atena sibium made some ahodo etwegum the four corners of Ghana bro na intem personal senior matnas no mede be wakotie ensem bia ekoso ewo omani na eba na busan format so amamo.
Vetting process has officially begun for presidential aspirants for the New Patriotic Party, former Vice President and former flag bearer of the NPP in the 2024 elections, Dr. Mahama UN, and the former Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Kennedy Ohen Japan, were vetted earlier today at the party headquarters. They both had their experiences shared as well with the media. And this is what Dr. Mahama UN said after the vetting earlier today. Take a look.
Let me just take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here. As you know, I have just been in front of our vetting committee and we have had very fruitful discussions. They've asked many questions and I have answered those questions. So I'm very satisfied with my vetting and I pray that everything is okay. I hope the committee is just as satisfied as I am. I think they will be. That I am very thankful to all of them for making the time to wait for us. I want to thank the rank and file of the party, and I think from vetting we are entering the country to campaign. We are not taking anything for granted. We have to campaign very hard, sell our ideas and sell the NPP so that we can secure this nomination and then proceed for the 2028 election. I want to thank all of you very, very much.
As Dr. Mahama UN, the Kennedy Ohen Japan as well, spoke to the media after his vetting earlier today.
The first time you came?
No, not really. You know, I was prepared. So I believe I answered all the questions. And they know I'm ready to be president of this country. Yeah.
What were your major takeaways from today's session?
So they really wanted to know why I want to be president and my vision for the country as well as the party. So I enumerated a couple of points on how I'm going to address some problems. So basically that was the interview. They know that I've been through and through party man for so long. So I didn't face any serious questions or they didn't antagonize me because they know my potential already. But they asked tangible and reasonable, I would say reasonable questions. They were not hostile to me and I was free to answer their questions.
I imagine you plan to use the Asian model to develop Ghanatube.
I started there too. I told them and explained what I mean by Asian model. You know, I have seen some proof. Let me explain further. The Asian model, what they did that time when they decided to compete with Europe and America was that they identified potential talents and potential businessmen and funded their projects like Daewoo, Hyundai, Samsung in Korea, for instance. They made sure.
As Kennedy Japan as well, and these are the members of the vetting committee that they both appeared before them, and the other three in the coming days would also appear before this vetting committee. This is chaired by the former Defense Minister, Dr. Kwame Adokofor. That's a brother of the former President, John Ajikun Kufuor, and the former MP for Menchia constituency. You have other members of this vetting committee of the NPP. You see Frank Davis in the picture there. You see the Honorable Biamwa as well. You see Hackman Oswajiman. You see Lord Comey is in there. You have also Madam Elizabeth Ohen as well in there, and you have some national executives of the party lined up in there as well. So we'll see how the coming days will be like on this, but this is one to keep an eye on. We'll be updating you, but this is Ghana Tonight. Right, just a few minutes ago, the President John Dramani Mahama addressed a gathering at the United Nations General Assembly, the 80th session ongoing in New York. As we speak, And this is what the president had to say specific about matters related to Ghana's position on issues of development and also advancing Ghana's democracy. This is what the president has to take a look at this, and we'll connect to Kamala Kuche shortly. Take a look.
Health will be our first ground of experimentation, but the lessons learned will be shared across all sectors, from climate resilience to nutrition to empowerment of our economies. In doing so, we'll drive sector strategy labs and pioneer the spirit of workability. We are discussing geostrategic deal rooms to facilitate risk sharing, investment in health, climate, food security, and job creation. But our mission goes further. It will help shape the post-SDG agenda. The world is only 5 years away from 2030. And the question is not simply what new targets should replace the SDGs, but how we design institutions and financing systems that can actually deliver. This means thinking outside the box, about new and innovative financing instruments, about fresh business models, and about smarter coalitions that multiply rather than ration resources. The Presidential Council and the high-level panel will help the world confront big questions. How do we govern in a poly-crisis era, where shocks are a permanent feature of our daily lives? How do we unlock trillions in climate finance without drowning countries in debt? How do we turn sovereignty into a multiplier of value rather than a barrier to cooperation? These are the challenges that the Accra Reset seeks to address, and the eminent minds and hearts gathered here today will be the driving force behind creating designs and executing solutions. I want to take the opportunity to thank the many leaders in Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, as well as our partners in the West, alongside business leaders, global multilateral institutions who have already welcomed this initiative and are collaborating to make it a success. Their support affirms that the reset is not only African in its origins, but global in its reach and its relevance. It is indeed right that the Global South should take the lead, for it is in our countries that the collapse of the old world model will be felt most acutely.
That's the President, John Dramani Mahama.
Yakagotie and Semno Aba, for comment, comment section, a major I can kindly na Ediamon. Answer na meso emusi meka musi aha Ghanatube so in sembia ekoso ewo omani no onsa ebeka subscribe na hit notification bell no for quick updates see ade makabo.